Hello, I just wanted to make a quick video. Um, Hopefully this will be quick. Standing up again, and here's the top of the shelf. Uh, that isn't seen very much, but thought why not? Hopefully, again, this will be a very quick video. But Tenet, Christopher Nolan's new film, is now postponed indefinitely. Nobody knows when the film will be out now, and I just think that's a real shame. And I also think it's a shame theaters aren't open. Now, some might say, well, there are places where, that aren't open at all. Therefore, it's kind of hard for theaters to be open. And while that's definitely true, um, at the same time, places like Iowa, for instance, have been open since May. And I've said before, but I want to preface this again that July 3rd is when they were supposed to open up theaters. Um, they were already making sure precautions were going to be taken care of, and like if say you're in a group of like 3 or 4 people going to the movies, well, then uh, your group will sit, but then there'll be 2 seats empty, and then people can then sit in the seats past those 2 seats, and so on and so forth in every row. Um, this actually does not seem quite bad. Now, um, the only thing is the supposed spikes that have happened. Reality is regarding the protests and riots that have happened, which are actually in very few cities. And in the news, they act like it's a complete countrywide situation. And I'd hate to say this, but it's quite true, and that it's all seems to be done politically. Of course, I'm not going to get into all that because that's quite boring, and that's not also what my channel is about. But to say it isn't, I think, would be quite ignorant of me to not acknowledge that to any degree. Um, it is, especially when like the 3 big states they've said are have a lot of problems in terms of spikes: California, Texas, and Florida. You know, California, that got re-shut down some weeks ago. Texas, there was a big thing about it, and then there's absolutely nothing after like a few days. So I guess things are normal in Texas again. I don't know. There's been absolutely no word on it outside of the initial breaking news of a spike and what's happened. And of course, I'm not even going to say it. What all this is because, well, the AI with the voice and everything would still pick it up, and apparently videos are still, even to this day, being suppressed regarding all that. So I have to choose words carefully. I know it's annoying, but and I know my channel isn't huge, but it'd be nice to at least get it out as far as possible, um, even without me having to, you know, share it various places. If somebody has hit the bell for my channel, it should get there. Anyway, and in Florida, it seems as if a good number of the supposed spikes were purposely falsified, in that those who have were said to have it actually had something like the flu, or something that is, at least at this point, seemed to be less mild. Um, uh, Especially since the media has made this to be a, a horrible thing. And of course, people have passed away. That's not good. But Is it like the worst thing ever? I don't know about that. It is definitely new, so obviously everyone is pretty much in the dark regarding this, but treatments have been ongoing for quite some time now, so it is quite treatable at this point. Apologies for the shaking. Trying to keep it as steady as possible, but yeah, this is just ridiculous that they're purposely misdiagnosing people with this when they actually have something else. So that means people who are told they have this actually don't. So for some time, they've been very likely worried and perhaps have been given treatments for this when they don't need to be. And what they're actually sick with, well, they're not being treated. So something that might have been able to be gone within maybe a week or two or even a few days, if they had like a little cold, let's say, well, now they're going to be sick with it longer because they were told they have something else and they've been getting treated for this when they shouldn't be, and that's just terrible. And that's probably another reason why a lot of things are been shut down in some of these places when they don't need to be. Obviously, where I live, Iowa, things are basically normal. Theaters, however, have yet to even be opened, and I think they should be. I mean, they are already putting procedures in place in certain theaters, and I'm sure many other theaters are copying this model, so it's not like it's a big foreign thing. This is just really sad that things have happened, things are closed when they should be opened, or when they have been reopened, then have to close again. Not just movie theaters, but just businesses and cities or even states. It's just sad. But that's the world we live in right now. And it is an election year. So that's very likely as to why this is being ramped up as much as it is. If this was last year, perhaps things would have been quite different. Maybe a lockdown would have happened, but then as time goes on, maybe by this point, things would be open and basically overall back to normal. Overall, but in some places, seemingly for political reasons, things are shut down or are just stalling in terms of just getting things started. And that's just sad. A lot of people's jobs, their livelihoods, and many other things are at stake, and that's just not good. Not just for the movie business with theaters and everything, but just in general. That's what I really want this to be about. Though, of course, I wanted to preface this with, Christopher Nolan's film, because, I'm a Christopher Nolan fan. So, this is just my thoughts on all this. This is just unfortunate that this has been going on like this. I hope for everybody in those states and other places, as well as other countries, obviously living in the United States, hear a lot more of what goes on here. Not too much of elsewhere in the world. Hear a little bit in some places if something notable seems to happen. I know that might sound sad, but that's just how it is. On one hand, it's like, like we're being focused on what's going on in our country, which is good, but still, I'm often wondering, what about other places in the world? I only hear little bits and pieces, but those little bits and pieces sometimes are just very small, and they don't really answer much of anything. It's like, well, that doesn't tell me much. But I hope things are good. Things are good here. Things have been good here really since May. It's just a real shame. Movie theaters aren't open. I believe people are working in the theaters, just trying to keep it up, maintaining it, so whenever it opens, they'll all be ready. Which, on one hand, is good for at least those who are working there. But outside of that, it's like, without being open, it's like, it makes me think there's going to be some sort of pay cut to a certain degree. Like, people aren't going to be paid as much as they normally would, but I guess, at least with them working and getting paid something is probably better than not working and just going on unemployment or trying to find a job somewhere else. And then the theaters have to hire new people and then train them for all this stuff. So, yeah. I guess there's both positive and a negative to that. So, I remember hearing something of July 24th, but that was like one time. Like one time after July 3rd came and went, the original day all the things were supposed to open for theaters. Um, but I have no clue. I don't know if that was something that was thought to be a possibility, but then they just sort of backed off because they had no clue whether or not that would be feasible. Um, yeah, I just don't know. Um, Again, hope all of you are safe. It's just sad that things are going the way they are, which seems to be for political reasons, and yeah. Anyway, um, that's really all I wanted to say. I guess I could go on, but it'd just be, you know, same stuff. Though I will say I don't want Tenet to be released streaming. That's been a big talking point, and I don't want that to happen. Some might disagree, but Christopher Nolan is one of those filmmakers who, if you're going to see his movie for the first time, it should be on the big screen. It should be in a theater. It should not be at home on a TV. The experience would be very lackluster. That's just my thought. And that's really I just wanted to throw that out there. Just summarize that the best I can. It would just be very bad. People can agree with that. People can disagree. That's just my thought on it. But I can't wait to see his film. Can't wait till theaters open up, and I hope all of this will be done and over with soon. And for all those who were misdiagnosed on purpose, since it was reported that it was done purposefully, which I don't know if that was a word, but whatever, done on purpose, that they were misdiagnosed. Hopefully, they are actually being treated now for what they actually have, because it would suck if they need to be given certain medicine for being sick with something specific, but they don't get it. That would be terrible. Hope all those people are able to get better, and for all of you watching this, we're all safe. I hope you stay safe. Hope you have a good day and a good week and a great weekend when it comes. And I will see you all next time.